So hey guys, how are you all doing? How has it been during the week? It's been a long time since I did this video, so I'm gonna cut straight to the chase because I've been away doing some other business, but now I'm back. So yeah, so let's go through these things and see what we have. So we're gonna start off with the AUDUSD dollar. I happen to arrange these things alphabetically so that can go in a simultaneous way. So starting off with the daily, just like always, we are still playing between this high and this low. Price has been ranging in between, as you can see, but what is tricky is that after this daily change of character around here, price has not pulled back to that extreme, which, as you can see, I'm still expecting price to go up there. So it's been a little bit tricky for the way price has turned out to play out, but yeah, I think things are shaping up now and gives me a little bit of a clue as to where price is and where it's trying to signal it's going. So yeah, so that's the daily, and that is my expectation to the upside. For now, I see that we had this pullback during this week. Had this pullback, I think, from Wednesday all the way to the end of the week. And I'm doing this on the 24th of August. So this is practically a review of 19th to 23rd of August 2024, and also the focus of 26th to the end of the month, that is 30th, starting on Monday. So yeah, so this is the first thing. This pullback left this demand area, so I'll be looking to expect price to come down to there next week. I'll be anticipating on that, so let me just mark that real quick. Yeah, so that's my daily POI, and from there now, that's when I'll be expecting price to jump up and continue buying or rallying to the upside. So I'm going to mark this as my daily expected change of character or anticipated change of character line. So let me mark that. Okay, I'll leave that like that, like that. So let's go over now to 4 hour, see what we're expecting. So 4 hour, same thing. Price shot up after the news. I think the Fed Powell speech on Friday. Okay, so this now is the range, my daily range that is expecting price to come back to, but I'll still need to be cautious of that when I check on the lower time frames to see if it can actually play out. So let me mark this high. Let me mark this high on the 4 hour right there, and then we are still playing in between that high and this low. So price looks to break to the upside. So if it does break to the upside, I still maintain this low, unless price does this, it breaks to the upside, something like this, and breaks to the upside, then comes down to this daily POI, then look to buy to continue to the upside. So if that does happen, then this will be my next low right there. Okay, but for now I think nothing is left to show or maybe consider. What I can only think of right now is after the possible anticipated break, I still have this 4 hour POI here that has not been touched. So maybe price could come and react from this 4 hour order block or point of interest for those that have done SMC. Why? Because after the change of character on the daily, like we saw, we had this void, okay, that price could actually look into mitigate coming next week possibly, and come to this supply area that had not been mitigated. So that's what I'm expecting price to come to. 15 minutes. 15 minutes was very tricky. Actually, I had some few trades, but for Aussie dollar, I didn't take this trade because I was a little bit skeptical. You know, when the news is about to come out, minutes before the news itself, that's when, you know, things try to like open up before your eyes, and you know, you see all the possibilities or the things that you could be expecting, yeah, on how the price would play out. So yeah, from the 4 hour, still I don't see any POI that I'm expecting price to come back to. Okay, but still on that whole range of the daily range, that's where I'm expecting price to, you know, like touch before it goes up. So 15 minutes, yes, it did create this demand. It did create this demand, which I'm going to mark. This is a trade that I didn't take, so I'm going to pull it out. So let me also remove this POI, but I'll get to explain later about how it came about. So this will be my 15 POI that I'm expecting price to come back to, maybe touch and go to the upside. So this 15-minute POI. Okay, so that's when I'll be expecting price to come back to. What is tricky, or what was tricky during the week, is we had this 4-hour change of character right here. That was my 4-hour change of character. So I was expecting that because of that change of character, 15 minute also had changed the trend. So you see, this was our high, that was a low. Then after it broke to the upside, broke down again to the downside, then we continued creating lows. But if you look very closely from the high time frames, we're still building liquidity right here. We're still building liquidity between this high and this high, which obviously had taken this high out, but still we had this PI that was supposed to be mitigated. So I forgot about that. Okay, but what I felt before the news is when I marked my news line right there. Okay, I had this 5-minute PI drawn inside there, as you can see. And yeah, my instincts were telling me to buy because I already drew this BSL. Okay, but I still felt that because of the change of character on the 4-hour, okay, I felt this was just a pullback where it was now getting ready to come and, you know, take this trend line out and also continue to the downside. So that wasn't the case, but all the same, life continues. And also I didn't take that trade, so safe to say that no losses were made. Okay, so still this will also act as liquidity in the future, so that is not something that we will look to, you know, analyze on right now. For what I can talk about today is this 4-hour PI has already been mitigated. So where price is right now, I don't think I'll be looking to be involved coming in next week. I won't be that quick to, you know, rush and get any trades. For now, what I can say is I have this PI right here that after the break of structure on the 15-minute right here, I'm right above here, this PI had been left void, so maybe price could be coming back down there, something like this. Price could come there, then, you know, come and touch the 4-hour PI that we saw, that we're expecting price to come and mitigate and maybe do something like that. So I'll leave those arrows there so that I can have an annotation and expectation of what price is going to do coming next week in the most anticipated way. So yeah, so that is what I'll be checking on the AUDUSD dollar, and those are the anticipation that I'm having. So let's go to EURUSD. So EURUSD, also we have been we bought actually on the EURUSD, and we bought to the upside. This one was actually quite interesting, and I had the feelings to buy before the news, but again I think I was forcing. I think I was forcing the fact that price would sell, and I was forcing that fact that we could come and take all these other upside moves, upside demands that were left unmitigated. But forgetting about the bigger picture, I guess I was also left to be part of the liquidity also. So yeah. So the Euro USD, I don't think I have any other liquidity, supply area that I'm expecting price to go to. From where the price is right now, I think I'll have to give this one also time to see how it will play out, because after this daily change of character, we are seeing a deeper pullback, and possibly we could be seeing a pullback to break that daily demand. Let me look at the weekly. Now weekly, we had this change of character before this break of structure, and where price was with this week, it was in this let me try and zoom in. It was in this POI right here, which yes was taken out, but yeah, it's a little bit confusing. So let me just draw this one here, the monthly, and with SMC, for me, I look for supply and demand that are not being mitigated. So yeah, so that's where maybe I'll be expecting price to go to, because with this arrow I was anticipating for it to come back down here because of this daily change of character in the void. There was no mitigation back to this area. So yeah, so maybe also could be seeing more of upside moves coming in next week, and possibly continue taking the buys before the trend changes. So let's jump in the daily real quick, because that was a weekly and a monthly. So yeah, so daily we've had those upside moves, and I feel maybe price could be taking a break coming in next week of the 26th. This break could be seen next week, because after that daily change of character, like I said, price is pulling back to the deep side of the extreme. So yeah, so I'll be looking to see some reaction from this daily POI. So yeah, from what I'm also seeing is we had a little or slight pullback, okay, right here with this bearish candle. So I'm going to draw that also, just to keep in mind that price could be coming down next week, to covering on all the imbalances that had been left, okay, then continue maybe to the upside, because drawing in on the place or the area that I'm expecting my daily change of character is there, but I feel it's very far, and also because we've not mitigated this daily POI above here, then yeah, I don't think much will happen coming in there. So 4 hour, let's go to 4 hour. 4 hour, there've been a very swift trend to the upside, as you can see. Let me delete this one, actually not delete it but move it. Okay, there's been a very swift move to the upside. Okay, so from where price is right now, it has broken this structure, so I'm going to push it back to the line of where the candle broke and closed above. So yes, so that is what I'll be expecting, that when price pulls back, maybe from this break, then I'll be marking my range above here, somewhere around there, and also expecting price to come back down and mitigate this imbalance or this void that was caused by the news on Friday last week, so actually yesterday. So this is the demand area that I'm expecting price to come back to before it continues up, because the essence right now is we are in an uptrend, so we should not be thinking about sales but continue buying, unless now it breaks structure to the downside, then we'll change our minds. I was expecting this pullback, last week's pullback, to continue to these areas because I had these areas marked out, but now they're not that valid. But maybe later on we'll be looking to see on how price can play from those points, maybe when they change direction or something. So this is just the demand now. I'll be expecting price to come back to, and continue to the upside, buying to the upside. So in terms of anticipation, that is what I'm seeing, especially on the 4-hour. And yeah, so let's talk about the way price played out during the week. So some few key takeaways. On Monday, I didn't have any trade, as you can see, so I continued following up on the price, and yeah, we still had this demand that was mitigated very swiftly. I didn't take that trade also, so I let the price continue moving to the upside. So up until on Wednesday, okay, that's when I felt that with this kind of weeks or multiple weeks right here, I felt we had enough liquidity to come and take them out, and that's when I took this trade. Okay, now this trade was a very good trade. Okay, and as you can see, it was a 3-hour, just like my rules, and I was actually anticipating price to come back down here. Like you see, I had this demand area that I marked, and because of this change of character, it was created right there, and I was expecting price to come back down. But as you can see, it shot down with, I think there was some kind of news with this week that pushed price lower. But now the problem is I didn't take profits and I didn't take any partials. So that is one thing now you also as a trader need to think about coming in next week. If you've been struggling through that, you need to think about the way price moves into your favor. And let's say if you're expecting it to like hit your TP, but a little skeptical when price is approaching your TP, let's say if it has moved like 70-80%, try and take partials, and also move your stop loss to the break even, so that you secure your capital and the profits that maybe you would have made, because as you can see, price pulled back and took me out. So that is what happened with that trade on I think on Wednesday. Then when price now came back, went up, caused a change of character, I continued marking my levels again, like this demand where price came down to. I didn't take any trade. I think this was on Thursday, so I let the price play out, and it created this double top right here, sorry, double bottom. And when price now was coming up, as it was coming down, I was expecting price to come and hit this supply, which I felt that with this supply would push down price to cause the change of character. So that's another tip that I wanted to talk about, that when price is in a trend, you need to stick to the trend. I think that is something that I kept on forgetting, because now if you look at how price played out right here, is as much as I was anticipating for price to mitigate this void and come back to this supply area, I was trying to force my thoughts to cause the change of character, which actually that's something traders should not be doing. Okay, so always at the back of our minds, we need to continue, or I need to continue remembering or reminding myself that price will always remain faithful to the trend until it changes by itself or on its own. So yeah, so that's something also we need to keep in track, because after it didn't, as much as I was expecting price to mitigate this supply, it didn't do that. So when it came down, caused another change of character, mitigated to that extreme, okay, which was very, very subtle. When it came down again, caused another break of structure right here, but not with the candle, break. Yeah, it made a candle break, came back again to this supply area. As you can see, it's really building, as much as it's building liquidity, but there's a trend. Okay, there's a trend, and according to this section, there was that trend that that was going down. So when it came down here, now I didn't mark this supply, because this is where now news was about to happen. So I didn't mark this demand area. Okay, but I was expecting price to come back down here, because looking by the by the benefit of hindsight, I felt this was a change of character somehow, but I wasn't that much convinced. So I was still expecting price to at least touch this demand and, you know, maybe set off or, you know, break to the downside, because now it didn't mitigate this what do you call it, the supply that you're expecting, you know, that would push price down. So coming in next week, I think I'll have that at the back of my mind. And also, the trend is always your friend. I think that is something also I had not kept in mind during that time. So yeah, so price shot up like you are seeing right now. I think I'll remove this. Price shot up. It caused two breakout structures. That's a 15-minute and also the 15-minute and also the 4 hours. So yeah, so after price pull broke structure, now expecting a pullback. And let's see, do we have a good pullback here? Let's see, the 15-minute. Yeah, that's 30 pips. That's okay. So I can mark that off as my structure point. My swing structure of the 15 minutes. So let me like that. So I think I'll put it on as my 15-minute swing right there. Okay, so as you can see, we kind of closed above, so we had that we have that break to the upside. So let me remove this one and shift it to there to, you know, be my low, that if price, you know, breaks to the downside, then I think breaks that structure of this low, then we will be, you know, heading down coming in next week. So another thing, before the break of structure right there, we had this demand that had not mitigated. So also I'll be expecting price to, you know, like come back down there and, you know, react from it, wait for the reaction, and also the other confluences to play out, and look for buys from there. So this was my change of character, because you can see price broke structure, then did this pullback with the bearish candle. Okay, so yeah, so something like that. 15-minute chalk. Okay, so after the break of structure, price pullback to the extreme, so I'll mark that also right here. Okay, because when you look very closely, this candle was the candle that caused, you know, the upside, so the upward move. So when this bearish candle was coming in, it didn't break this low of the previous candle. So that is where now my order block is, because after this bearish candle, the first one, the second one now still was dwindling around that bullish block, and then the third one broke to the downside. So that means that this now was my POI that I was looking for, you know, things to react from there. So coming in next week, I'll be expecting some sales, say to this part, unless now it breaks the structure, but I'll be looking to, you know, buy from there and continue with the buys to mitigate those areas above. That is the daily POI right here, and also maybe take out the daily swing structure also like that. So that's one thing I'll be expecting. Secondly, also, if price does break this structure, then I'll be expecting price to come down here to this 4-hour demand that we just drew. And also, as you can see, the triangle played in very swiftly. Like I said, I always love triangles, and that is what happened. So yeah, so price could be coming down to this area also. So let's keep that in mind. If it breaks that structure, then I'll be looking for, you know, reactions from this area. Let me draw that. Well, we're expecting price to, you know, have some little bit of reaction in these areas before going to the upside. Okay, because as you can see, price is still on an uptrend. So yeah, I think I'll just have to remind myself of the trend, because if I don't do that, then I'll just be looking to, you know, like taking counter pullback trades with, you know, no any guide, and taking in some losses. So let's jump on now to GBPUSD as we look to wrap up on this analysis today in a few. So GBPUSD now has broken that daily change, sorry, it has broken the daily swing structure, as you can see, and looking to maybe expect price to pull back to is maybe this demand area. Okay, because we don't have any kind of demand above here where we could be expecting price to, you know, like pull back to. So yeah, so I don't think much is will be seen or expected on the GBPUSD. What is available right now is on the 4-hour we have this break of structure to the upside, and it left a couple of demand areas that has not or had not been mitigated. So let's mark those also. Up here also we have this demand that before this change, before this break to the upside, after this minor pullback, then, you know, we left this as our void. So yeah, so that is another area I'll be expecting price to come back to, coming in next week. Okay, so a lot of anticipation coming in next week, but let's see how price will play out. So with this up move, it was really strong with the news, and yeah, if you really had, you know, your buys set in maybe beginning of the week or towards the end, like let's say Thursday, then holding on onto them during the week, then yeah, you are at a very good place. You are at a very good place. So let's look at 15 minutes. So again, the trend is your friend till the end, but seems to me like I forgot about that. So that's a lesson learned. Very hard truth and very painful. So I forgot also about this BSL, the buy side liquidity. And let me talk about the trade now again with GBPUSD. I didn't have any trade up until on Thursday, because after this pullback right here, I drew this candle, and as you can see, price shot to the upside. Now, you know, with the momentum of the buys during the week, or rather the past, I think the whole month since it started, with the whole momentum of the buys, for me, price has just been a little bit unstable, and I wasn't, you know, quite really sure where the pullbacks were going to happen. And I think also I've come to realize that I trade pullback so much. Okay, instead of going with the trend, I trade pullback so much. So that is something I've discovered, and I'm willing to let go coming in next week, because it's really hard lesson. So yeah, so I marked off the supply, which price played out very well. I think this was the news also. So when it came back down and now was going up, I was expecting, after this change of character, I was anticipating, you know, price to continue back down because of this liquidity, but that wasn't the case. And also having this trade, you know, placed out at this point is because my stop loss was very close, because as you can see, it played out very well later on. I could have bagged let's see how much. maybe at 20 pips stop loss, I could have bought at least 1.53 1.53R. Okay, so that wasn't the case for this one, and yeah, as you can see, I got stopped out right there, but I didn't lose hope, so continued, following on the price. And again, price broke to the upside because after this high, okay, price came back down, broke this low, as you can see, closed the candle below down there, and then came back up. As now it was coming back up, broke structure again, so I forgot about that also. So as it broke to the upside, I felt maybe price would be continuing to come down and mitigate this 4-hour demand, and also some few 15-minute demand areas that I'm expecting. I even had this virtual what do you call it, virtual buy that I was expecting price to come back down. So yeah, it did a very good fall, but only until that only until to this demand area. So after the change of character, price did the pullback very good, very well, then continuing going down. But again, my instinct told me to buy around here, just in case maybe things will turn around to continue to go to the upside. So I forgot about the trend again. So having to forget that trend, as you can see, price didn't respect my entry, or rather my trade, and broke to the upside with the news. So yeah, I think that is something I'd also have to keep in check. Okay, so that was another loss, but never say never. To a lesson learned, we move on, and yeah, we look to see on how we can rectify on those areas. So what now I'm expecting from the GBPUSD is, now because of the news, we left this demand open. Okay, so I have that on my 15-minute, but let me start with the range for this case. Let me start with the range in this case. So yeah, right there. And if price comes back down now, I'll be expecting to see reaction from this point. So for now, where price is, I think still on an uptrend. I'll mark this as my high because the pullback is deep, so let me put it up there. Sorry, 15-minute swing, yeah, right there. So if price now breaks to the upside, then this would be my low, but for now what I'm seeing is I have this as my change of character. Okay, 15-minute change of character, yeah, like that. And also after the change of character, as you can see, price pulled back to the extreme. So also this one could be having some few sales before we go to the upside. Also this demand area, yeah, so maybe price could be coming down to those areas and continue to the upside. Option number one. Option number two, maybe continue to to come and mitigate the news void that was left, then continue to the upside. So yeah, so the trend is still to the upside unless it changes, but for now, because of the daily break of structure, the 4-hour break of structure, and also the 15-minute, we're still on the still on the uptrend. So that is how I'll be looking at GBPUSD. So let's close up with gold. Gold is nothing much to explain. I think I'll just be very, very brief. From the daily, we had this break. For me, how I view it, I have this break of structure to the upside. That is on the daily. Okay. And also we had, I think we have the daily change of character right here. I won't draw it because as of now, maybe you could be checking them out now with your naked eyes and seeing them very openly. So 4-hour, what are we seeing on the 4-hour? After the daily change of character, sorry, after the daily break of structure, I think the 4-hour break of structure also played out very well. So I'll mark that on like that and put the high there. Okay, and expect this one now to be my low if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so now I'll be expecting price, continue to sell because we had a 4-hour change of character right there. We had some few flip zones, as you can see, and price is actually looking to anticipating some buys, little buys to the extreme before continuing with some sells. So yeah, so that is how I'm looking at gold. As you can see, those are the flip zones, and they have been overlapped to the upside. So I think 1 hour played out very well after the change of character. Price pushed down, then came up and created some demand here. As you can see, price pushed up again with the news, then came back down with this week, which now this week represented the pullback, and now price is trying to go up. So for this one now, I'll be expecting something like this, okay, just to fill this void and then continue to the downside so that we can mitigate some few areas of demand that were not mitigated or built liquidity. So also with the 15-minute, as you can see, we had some few change of characters there. Okay, I want to draw them up, but what is very naked for us to see is that this void has not been mitigated. So I'll mark this off as my liquidity line. I think let me put a liquidity too. Okay, so yeah, so I'm expecting price to still continue to buy and come to this extreme, which is this supply area, then possibly start off with our sales, because what I'm seeing is the sales could be valid because of these liquidity standpoints that were left and were not taken out from last week. Okay, so that is how I'll be viewing gold. And yeah, I think that will be all for now. And also we need to remember that even with this structure on the 15-minute, we had this high, then pulled back to this low, broke to the upside. Then with that change of character, we also caused a break of structure on the 15 minutes. So yeah, this one proves to at least show some possible sells coming in next week. So yeah, I don't have much to say, but I think that will be all for now. If you want to trade together, you can check me out on Telegram at JSMFX. If you want more of these tips, you can like and subscribe, share and all that from the YouTube channel, same name, and also from TikTok, same name, JSMFX. If you want to get some quick tips, or maybe hit me up if you need any assistance on how I do it and how things turn out to be from my side. Okay, so just one last point, I feel this also could be demand that will hold. Yeah, from the way price is dancing around there, I feel this demand will hold to push price up to this point, then maybe look to get some change of character from there and continue or start off the sales. So yeah, stay safe, have a good weekend, God bless you, and I'll see you